In the downtown area of the century-old Chaozhou city in South China, Zhu Shuqin runs an embroidery shop. Masterpieces of Chaozhou embroidery from different ages can be found here. Traditional styles were often used to pay tribute to the imperial family and depicted dragons and phoenixes, along with other emblems of good fortune. The more modern styles combine techniques of fine art and the traditional styles of Chinese ink painting to create breathtakingly beautiful pieces. Zhu Shuqin told us how the finest thread used in Chaozhou embroidery can be as thin as 1/64th of a common silk yarn. Therefore, creating this kind of embroidery is an art in itself. It requires patience and attention to detail. Zhu Shuqin used this particular kind of thread to embroider a goldfish's tail. She said the fine detail made the fish look as though it was alive. Over the years, Zhu has been awarded many times for her expert craftsmanship, as well as her efforts in promoting and preserving the art. Zhu is one of few inheritors of the art left in China.
My mother was a famous craftswoman in our town. When I was young, I loved to sit beside her and watch her embroider.
Zhu's favourite style is known as drawn work. Having originated in the West, over the decades, drawn work has been developed and enriched by Chinese embroidery workers. It's become another aspect of Chaozhou embroidery. Statistics show that drawn work was once an important export commodity of Chaozhou before the 1980s. It was hardly an art form then, as workers would just trade their skills to earn a living.
Many of my friends were required by their parents to work after school. They were told to help with the embroidering to support the family.
By the 1980s, sewing and embroidery machines had become common, and as a result, the fine hand embroidery started to become less popular. As China's reform and opening up brought more opportunities, many embroidery workers in Chaozhou decided to quit and turn to more profitable industries. As the number of experienced workers declined, the expert craftsmanship also disappeared. During the same period, Zhu followed her mother's advice by going to college and working for a state-owned company after graduation. Then, in 1991, she started her own business with her husband and made a fortune. With the financial security her family needed, Zhu Shuqin knew that it was now time to return to her precious art. Zhu's first task was to rescue and preserve some valuable works of Chaozhou embroidery. She was willing to pay, both financially and in time and effort. After repeated visits and a lot of persuasion, she was able to bring an art piece named Flakes and Feathers back to Chaozhou. The piece is regarded as demonstrating the very highest standard of Chaozhou drawn work and embroidery.
It was handmade in the 1970s at the peak of Chaozhou drawn work. There are 101 dragons and 268 phoenixes in this tablecloth. The stitches are incredibly intricate.
Every little flake and thin feather of the dragons and phoenixes are cushioned and shaped by fine cotton threads, and dozens of drawn techniques have been applied to create the background. It's a masterpiece of Chaozhou embroidery. But sadly, Zhu told CNC that such work cannot be reproduced in this day and age, seeing as so few people have the skills and experience to create such fine art. Zhu has proved herself to not only be a talented artist, but also an adept entrepreneur. With her acute business sense, it became her life's mission to rescue the Chaozhou embroidery. Zhu said it's too early to talk about industrialization, as the full recovery of the art is still underway. To Zhu Shuqin, Chao embroidery means much more than craft, business, responsibility or career. In 2007, Zhu started another business, producing and selling wedding and evening dresses. She dreams of combining Chaozhou embroidery and high-end fashion so that the timeless beauty will return to people's lives and once again assume the spotlight.